Good morning, everyone. We are continuing here in the words of the Mesillas Yesharim, and the Ramchal begins today chapter Chaf Hey 25. B'derech Keniyas Hayir, the way in which to acquire this fear, the fear of sin, as we spoke about, the awe of the Rabbi Shalom, as we will explain. Ach derech Keniyas Hayir Azais, the way in which a person can acquire this level of fear. The fear of sin, so that he'll hold himself back from doing things that are wrong. He has to think about the two following truths. Number one, number one, HaKadosh Baruch Hu's Shechina, His divine presence is found everywhere in the world. And secondly, HaKadosh Baruch Hu watches over and He observes everything that a person does, whether small or big. There is nothing that is concealed from the eyes of Hashem. Not because of the greatness of the person who is doing it. Maybe you think this person is such a great tzaddik, so Hashem will just leave him alone, let him do what he wants. Nor because the person is so small. Maybe you'll say, well, this person, he's a nothing. What is he accomplishing anyway? So why should HaKadosh Baruch Hu waste his time with him? It's not true. HaKadosh Baruch Hu watches every single person, great or insignificant, big or small, accomplished or a failure. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is watching everything. A nister mineged einov, nothing is hidden from his eyes. Says the Ramchal, Ela hadavar gadol v'hadavar katan. Rather, what even big things and small things, nothing is trivial in the eyes of Hashem. Hanikla v'hanichbad, someone that is not so chashev, someone that is very noble, who rayev u'mevin, Hashem watches and He understands everything that is taking place, bli hefresh, without any distinction between them. That means that when Rav Chaim Kanievsky wakes up in the morning and he rises like a lion at dawn to go and to sit and learn, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is watching and he is aware of all of his actions. And when we wake up, certainly not at the crack of dawn, whenever it is that we rolled out of bed after we hit the snooze 7 times on our alarm, and we jump out of bed and we finally make it to some kind of a minyan so that we can daven Shachris, says the Ramchal, you should know that HaKadosh Baruch Hu was watching you just as He was busy in the morning watching Rav Chaim Kanievsky get out of bed like a lion as well. There's nothing that is too insignificant. There's nothing too trivial. There's nothing that is hidden from the glance of the Rebbeinu Shalom. He's watching everything. He's aware of everything. And He's making sure that everything is done in the right way. And therefore He carefully examines the deeds of all. Like it says in the Torah. It says in the Pasuk in Yeshaya Hanavi, Hashem fills up the entire universe with His glory. He's everywhere. And it says, Hashem says, can a person hide from me? Everywhere you are, I fill up the heavens and the earth. And further it says, Mika Hashem Elokeinu, who is like Hashem our God? Hamagbil al Sheves. On one hand, He's enthroned in the highest of heights. However, He lowers Himself and He comes down to this world to see what's going on in the heavens and the earth. Further it says, Ki Ram Hashem v'shafo yira v'gavaya v'mercha geida. Hashem is, yes, it's true, He's exalted. Nevertheless, the lowly ones do not escape His glance. He makes Himself known from even being afar, which means that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, in all of His greatness, in all of His loftiness, in all of His kedusha and the holiness of which He achieves, nevertheless, and notwithstanding, HaKadosh Baruch Hu cares deeply about the actions of each and every one of us. He's looking for the good. He wants to find our accomplishments. He wants to reward us for the mitzvahs that we do. But while He is looking at us, trying to find the good, Unfortunately, when a person does something wrong, HaKadosh Baruch Hu's eyes are there as well, and He's watching us under those circumstances. And therefore, how careful a person must be when they recognize that, in fact, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, His divine presence, the Shekhinah, is everywhere. You cannot escape. Like we know that when Adam HaRishon sinned in Gan Eden, and he hid himself in his nakedness from his embarrassment, Hashem's voice was heard throughout the entire garden, and he said, Ayeka, where are you? And Rashi points out over there, it doesn't mean that HaKadosh Baruch Hu didn't know where he was. Of course Hashem knew where he was, because Hashem is everywhere and He sees everything. He just wanted to enter Adam HaRishon into a conversation that should calm him down from the sin that he had done. But in reality, Hashem is everywhere. Hashem sees everything. Hashem knows everything. He even knows the motives behind the actions that we do. We cannot escape that or shirk that reality. And therefore, says the Ramchal, when a person thinks like this, suddenly they are filled with the yiras, haraimamus, the fear of the awesomeness of Hashem, which of course will lead us, with, if we do things in the right way, to yiras chet, where we will be fearful of doing a sin, because we don't want to find disfavor in the eyes of Hashem. Have a wonderful day.